السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا أحمد مصطفى ندى. هنتكلم النهاردة عن the purchase of children's clothing. Who has the upper hand? Understanding of how children make consumer choices remain extremely limited in school. There is therefore a need for greater research to know more about the relation between children consuming behavior and the influencers who affect this behavior. Despite limited child-based studies, valuable contributions in this study clarified the main reasons that has an impact on children's consumer behavior. There is a relation between children, his parents, and the retailers concerning purchasing decision, and they affect each other in choices in a children's casual week clothing purchase decision. By going to retail stores to buy children clothes, there will be some feeling towards what parents perceived important, and there will be another point of view, which is retailer and what he perceived important. But the most important point of view will be child's preference. The child market consists of all children 8 to 10 years old. Children purchasing behavior is being affected by several external factors, like interacting with social factors and friends around them at school. So it is very clear that social life has direct effect on children and their directions towards buying decision beside parents and peers at school. Because parents are busy most of the time, so children are making some tasks such as household shopping, and that enriched their experience very much and learned many shopping skills. As when mother take her children with her to shop, they are considered a co-shopping experience. The child has his own strategy to get what he wants, as he follows just ask strategy. As parents want to guide their children towards some brands or buying attitude, if children doesn't like that, he just use emotional and other persuasive techniques like crying, pushing to grab the attention to guide his parents towards what he wants and not what they want him to choose. Children develop their through three main stages. Pre-operational, which is ages 2 to 7 years, and its characteristics, and children begin to think and learn to use words and pictures to represent objects. And at this stage, they tend to be egocentric and struggle to see things from the perspective of others. Concrete operational, which ages 7 to 11 years, its characteristics that their thinking become more logical and organized, but still very concrete. Children begin using inductive logic or reasoning from specific information to a general principle. Formal operational, which ages 12 and above, its characteristics they begin to use deductive logic or reasoning from a general principle to specific information. At each stage, their influence on consumer decision making is increased. Looking at this in reverse, the child has less bargaining power and decision making ability in the pre-operational stage, while their parents have a greater influence. Peer influence, the children in the 5 to 10 years old age group are likely to have their attitude shaped by peer influence. By age 8, children evaluate themselves in three domains: physical acceptance, academic acceptance, and social acceptance. Group dynamic will impact on a child purchasing decision. Female appear to have a stronger association with their peers than do males, where girls' ideas are similar to their peers. They may favor peer suggested alternative. Brand preferences can be taught to children by their mothers, and in this way, a child learning processes have been affected by the agent, in this case will be the mother, influencing the child. So branding here is seen as fulfilling status or satisfying an emotional need. It aims to create confidence and minimize the purchasing risk to the consumer. In a similar way, children are using the brand so a device to communicate a message to their peer group. Retailer influence Retailers are positively building interpersonal relationship with the children. Some retailers view children as consumer influencers, having the ability to influence parental choices. A circular process often occurs with each parent, child, and a retailer having the ability to affect each other. The most appropriate method to extract this data to enrich this research was determined to be self-administered questionnaire and retail interviews. Two different questionnaires were devised, one for children in the 8 to 10 years old age group, the other one for their parents. The problem here associated with the research of children are that children don't have the skills of adults, like learning, motivation, and personality skills. And so the adult perspective will eventually dominate the study's direction. It is very important to ask a question that children could understand and become easy to extract useful data from that questionnaire and resulting by accurate data. The overall response rate for both questionnaire was 50%. The length of the parent questionnaire had an impact on the number of surveys completed. The majority of respondents were 10 years old. 90% of children shopped with their parents for their clothes. 50% of parents believed that their child influenced them when shopping. 52% of parents admitted that they persuaded their child into buying a particular purchase. There were found to be differences in the importance of logos amongst different age groups, with logos being important to 8 years old than 10 years old. So surprisingly, 60% of parents responded that labels and logos were not of importance to them. Moreover, when children were asked if they liked to wear logos on their clothes, far more boys than girls indicated that they liked to wear logos. One particularly revealing comment was one of the important comments that were from mother caring for her child and want her child to look nice. She thought that because most of her friends wear branded clothes, her child just wants to be the same. She doesn't encourage that, but she is buying those brands just to make her child happy. Retailers interview declared that dominance factors such as brand names were employed within the children's wear department. So at the end, parents believed that friends influenced their children most of all. Yet, mothers were found to be the most influential in comparison to their children. That's why retailers are paying much more attention to parents to grab their attention about clothing quality. Thank you.